I'm doing speaking engagements and podcast appearances that bring transformation. My signature topics are identity and authenticity. Teaching individuals how to return to themselves, quiet the noise, and live boldly on their own terms. Spiritual breakthrough and inner healing, guiding audiences through mindset shifts, emotional releases, and soul level understanding. Leadership and personal power, helping people navigate reinvention, which is not easy, setting boundaries, and rise into their purpose with confidence. Hi, my name is Renetta Cheston, the owner and founder of Life Success Results LLC, soul igniter, trauma overcomer, holistic spiritual strategist. I work with the whole being from my level of training and education. Mind, spirit, soul, and body. Massage therapy, Reiki and sound healing. Holistic practitioner, where we pull out all the impurities for the rooter to the tutor. Okay, human design practitioner, where we go back to the beginning and we look at that generational baggage. Okay, we have many adults who were never taught how to feel safe because in their childhood, innocence was taken. Whether it was taken through sexual assault or anything of that nature, or it was taken, their parents and their grandparents and their great grandparents were Caucasian in this country, and they were kids, and they saw people hang from nooses, and they saw people to burn at stakes. That changes a child forever. I don't care what you say. A 5 and a 6-year-old doesn't understand what that is, and they're taught hate, and they don't understand what it is. And they smelt that flesh, and they smelt that hair. I was in Desert Storm. Let me tell you something. Stuff like that don't leave you like that. It just don't leave you. It just don't leave you. Okay. I'm being commissioned to aid in the process by sharing how I overcame everything meant to keep me from coming to my true identity. I've had to believe in myself and God and see God is in me. But I had to find me before I could find God. Meaning, I had to check in with myself and show that I love myself before I could find God. We're taught He's outside of us, but God is on the inside of us waiting to be tagged into our battles. God wants to fight for us. Ephesians 6 says we're fighting principalities, rulers of the darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. This is when negative thinking has gone on so long that it's the norm in society. This is what every ascendant master fought against. The mindset of us who complain but won't do the work to change and don't know how to, and it causes a dip in morale that most get out because of its ancestral trauma and drama. So to get it out requires one to get uncomfortable, to go past the plateau of complacency and saying, well, that is not my responsibility because my ancestors did that. Let's talk about it. Everything that happened to your ancestors happened to your mother, and you was in the womb of your mother, and then she passed all of that down to you. And until someone says stop, it continues. So you a high level executive. You a high level person. And it seems like you keep hitting a plateau, or you keep a bottle in your office, in your drawer, because when things get really hard, you close your door and you lock it and you drink some alcohol. Or you have that cocaine in your drawer and nobody knows it. Every once in a while, you just sniff it on, you sniff a line, or just to keep going, or you're addicted to energy drinks. I'm telling you, everybody's addicted to something, and it causes complacency. Okay, and this is how we've always done it. Okay, we've all been there. Nobody's better than the other. Okay, So don't beat yourself up. We've all been there. There are some freebies and a link from my podcast with the Women's Leveling Up, just done a few months ago. Look in the description below to find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Remember, I placed a link to my own personal bookstore. Okay. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. Okay, no matter your background, even if you a Satanist, let me tell you something. Even they believe in God because they work so hard to say He don't exist. So you have to believe He exists in order to do all of that work. Settle yourself. I will never leave or forsake you. Trust me. I have your best interest in mind. I will never leave you. Trust me. Trust me. These are words of knowledge that came from God in a 3 to 4 year period. And I put these in this book. Published them right after the pandemic. Okay. So it's no matter your background. It works for everybody. Behind every chapter, you get 45 different pages to write down your notes of what you read and what you understand and how you feel it to be. And then you start using my gift of hearing from God as yours. And then eventually you start hearing God on your own terms, okay? In your own unique way. And then I have 2 other books, Befriending Shadow, Unshakable Peace, Unstoppable Change. Those 2 books I call my shadow activity books. Those books, okay, I saw the shadow workbooks and they was like, my inner child and my inner teenager needed something. I was like, God, I don't see it. God said, make it. I said, say less. So you get a word of knowledge. Then you get an exercise. So fun. And then you get a shadow question. Not so fun. Those shadow questions, I was crying writing those down because me and God was going through the process. And when you stand in front of God and you going through the process and you see yourself, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then you get a coloring page. It's 22 chapters per book. You get 2 coloring pages. Okay. The coloring page is going to be between the age of 5 and 10 because God said most adults were injured between the age of 5 and 10. Whatever childhood wounding happened. And he said they're going to get some exchanges when they go in and they see this. What they're going to do is they're going to have a laugh. They're going to smile really hard or they're going to break down and cry. Either way, they're going to have an energy release. And that's going to allow me to step in and to assist. And I said, well, do your work, God, because the only thing I can do is make it there. And then you have 4 pages. You have 44 chapters, okay? You have 4 pages to journal whatever, to write down your dreams, to write down your goals, your visions, because I have wild visions with God. Because me, when you get really close to God, things just change in your life. You just see things, and you talking to people, and they looking at you like a dog and head like a puppy. They're like, huh? And because they don't understand, because walking with God is spiritual, so you have to step out of what you know into the unknown, what you don't know, because in the spirit realm is where you get to know more about yourself and about God. Notebooks and journals for all, coloring books for all that help and meditate and recalibrating the mind is nothing like an adult getting a coloring book. It does something for you. I'm excited about this venture because I'm in charge of my own intellectual property, although all my stuff is still on Amazon. Type it up, Renetta Cheston. Don't forget about the link to the 105 spiritual laws that govern the earth. Don't forget, disclaimer, although we have the laws that govern the earth, we're no longer living underneath the law. We're living under love and grace because Jesus came, changed the dispensation of time. So now we're living under love and grace. Love allows you to put a boundary up between you and somebody, saying nothing but cleansing and purifying energy, or release them in love and keep going on the path that you're going while you keep up those boundaries. Okay. And you pray for them as you pray for yourself, because God said, in order for me to be forgiven, I gotta forgive. Okay. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter for the juicy updates and the upcoming events. Don't forget about your adjective and your 400 mores and values PDF, so you can change your sim character to this game, because this whole world is a hologram. Don't forget to look at my link for the school app of just getting things started, but just come on over there and check me out. I was inducted into the new class of Who's Who and Influential Women, bringing up that last quarter of 2025. God is faithful.